you leave us alone today? Why are you bugging us today? Okay, so first of all, I apologize if I freaked anybody out, okay? But I wanted to specify something real quick about the live that I just did. Not only am I good, but my children are good, my loved ones are good, my associates are good, my clients are good. Okay? It's all good. And I wanted to make that clear because I didn't make that clear in the video that I did before. Okay? I didn't make that clear. So here's what I wanted to say also. You know, there's quite a bit of stigmatization around witchcraft, period. And God knows that I've been stigmatized a lot. Okay? I have people that don't like me. I do. I have people that don't like me. I'm pulling some tea light so that I can do my circle. Because when you are in any of my Sabbats, you get the same treatment spiritually that I do. So, for example, on Mondays, I invoke protection for the whole circle, especially right now. Now, the whole thing with the Lechuza spirit, it's not like, first of all, that spirit had no real intent on doing harm to me or anybody or anything that I love, because I love all of my clients. Okay. Genuine love for every single client that I have seen. In fact, my ancestors, because I was talking about the ancestors and how they protect me, but they also protect my clients and my loved ones and my children and my grandbaby. Okay. My grandmother, who is the driving force because she connects me with my other ancestors, she is very particular about, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is an amazing lady. Okay. An amazing lady. And during her lifetime, she was the best person you'd ever know in your life. And it was something very supernatural about her. Like, for example, if there was a tornado, because my grandmother, I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. If there was a tornado or an ice storm, I don't know what was up with this, but that lady's power never went out. Like, everybody on the whole block's power would be out except for my grandma's. It was so weird. So I wanted to make that clear, that just being around me is protection, So I wanted to, because I didn't make it exactly clear in that, even though I know that I am the target for a lot of people, I'm not concerned about your target. Okay. I know that y'all are not trying to do harm to people around me, but who I love and the people that I care about are protected. And that is many. During my lifetime, I haven't been counting how many clients I've read for, how many clients I've done work for, friends, family members, protected. So y'all are protected too. My children are protected. So, because there's a lot of superstitious people in this world, and you can't really think like that. Like, I'm going to say this to all of my apprentices and stuff. There is a huge initiative to get you guys away from witchcraft, which is going to make you even further vulnerable to negative spirits. I can promise you that. Okay, so there's a lot of propaganda around the craft. Okay, now, um, anybody that's thinking about coming in as a student or an apprentice, okay, um, don't get superstitious and scared. Okay, and even though we don't like the entire Bible, but we've got Psalms 23 here. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Blessed be. Okay. So that's, if you ever get afraid of anything, just reciting that is very powerful, because again, and there's a lot, and understandably there are a lot of witches that don't trust the Bible. I write protection incantations for myself all the time, but at the end of the day, so like with that spirit, the lechuza, and so a lot of people get scared. Well, that spirit might take somebody. No, that spirit ain't gonna touch nobody, and nothing that I love, nothing. Because she's been lingering around for at least a year, right? And it's, at the end of the day, those spirits are factually still in the spirit realm. Those spirits are in the spirit realm, which we are in the earthly realm. While we can access the spirit realm, we can. But they're still in the spirit realm. So as long as you have knowledge of spirit, because what is a witch? A witch is a supernatural being that is wise to spirit and that is wise to the spirits, that can manipulate those spirits, banish those spirits. Okay. So I think that, for me, having an understanding of that is what's really, really important, because a lot of people will try to instill in you fear. And, that's why I recited Psalms 23, because really there's nothing to fear but fear itself. I think that what's worse is when you don't face the truth and you don't face those spirits. So even though today we all looked at the face of evil, because I'm not going to lie, I could have came on here and said, nope, that's not what that was. My spirit said that it was. They was like, and move on to the next thing. Okay. So, and a lot of times when you deal with stuff like that, it's like new level, new demon, right? So that's pretty scary. But I wanted to clarify that, because it ain't just about me. It ain't just about me, right? My loved ones are protected too from any spirit. So I remember coming on here years ago and somebody trying to deter me from practicing my craft by trying to use my children and saying, oh, well, you have children, you shouldn't be practicing. That's total bullshit. And I even called bullshit on it back then, because guess what? If you don't empower yourself, you are still having to deal with that problem. I mean, just thinking about me raising my 3 oldest children, when I think back, we were constantly being bombarded by spirits, and I was ignorant back then. I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I did not like I was not practicing, even though at the time my grandmother was still alive, her sisters were still alive, and they like my grandma and her sisters are awesome people. One of my grandmother's sisters is still alive. My auntie, shout out to her, love her. I think I need to call her today. Okay, for some reason I just feel like calling her. She's still here. But all of the sisters, because my grandmother had 2 sisters and they were the triple goddess, right? And then my grandfather, because I look at both sides and I embrace both sides, the female aspects and the male aspect. They were all amazing people that, I wouldn't be here if it were not for them. So, it's pretty amazing. But just to specify on that and to put that out into the universe and let y'all know, everybody around me is protected, because when I do protection for everybody. For anybody that's around me, anybody that is associated with me, anybody that I am dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Especially my children and my close people that are close to me, especially my clients. I got some work going right there for my clients, okay? And I'm also about to go back here and light up our pentacle. What I could sense is people thinking, "Ooh, God, they throwing some bad stuff at her." But so what? Like, honestly, you know what I'm saying? They got it thrown at them and they need to find somewhere to put it. So that's what negative people do, especially people on this website. To be honest with you, it was, let me not say that. Let me go back. Okay. So I wanted to say that like I am 1000% confident in what I'm saying. As far as with my children, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever. And when you have those kind of fears and doubts, you want to get over that quickly, because that's worse than having C19. Having fears and doubts of your ability to protect those that you are protecting. Okay. And so my spirits want me to show y'all this. This is a protection jar. This is a personal protection jar. You see what that is? That's a big old shark tooth. So that's just one of my protections. I have several different types of protection, but mainly my mind, because I just don't worry. Because everything that I am, especially when it comes to my children, they are. I gave all of my children and the people that I love, I don't give them my weaknesses. I give them my strengths. And my weaknesses, depending on how weak it is, I just do away with that, because that has no place in the right now. Okay. And see, I'm not at a spiritual war either. I guess you could say with some of these people on YouTube that, may do things, but, otherwise, I mean, that kind of comes with the territory, you know what I'm saying? And, I spoke about certain things just recently, because there's sometimes, witches will make the wrong decisions in what they're doing, as far as like what they're doing. And don't ever fear your enemies. For what? Fear them for what? Otherwise, you won't live a full and happy life. So, I wanted to put that out there, that, it ain't just me, because I'm definitely not a selfish person. I would be no good on this earth if I didn't have the people that I love. I don't know what I would do. I lost my mother. There was a side of her that I loved, and then there was another side of her that I didn't love. But that was still, that counted. And so that was hard. It was really hard because, my mother was possessed. She was possessed pretty bad. She was. Okay. And, if she would have been my sister and not my mother, I would have been more of a help to her. But she was the mom and she wouldn't listen to me. So I wish that, things would have turned out differently. However, the people that, because I am I am the vessel of protection for the people that I love. That's just it. It is what it is. And really, to be honest with you, I love the whole world. I love this entire world. I wish that things were better on the earth right now. It's just been I got to put this down real quick. It's just been turmoil after turmoil for years. My goodness. It's just been pretty bad the past few years, okay? Especially the past year, the past 2 years, some of the things that we've been seeing. I can't save the whole world. I don't think anybody can. I don't think it's even meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, if I truly ruled this world, which I don't, it would be different. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I wanted to say that because it just sounded like I was just all about me. No. Like, I love hard. I love harder than I could ever hate. Because hate is a weakness. Now, if I truly got to protect myself against a person, I'm not going to have hate for them. I'm going to have pity for them. Because if somebody coming for my children or people that I love, I feel bad for you. Right? Because, I'm going to protect what I love with a very vicious spirit, and you're supposed to. Okay? You're supposed to. My allergies have been acting up today, y'all. You're supposed to protect the people that you love, right? So I wanted to make that clear that, and my clients, it's a reason why I have an excellent relationship with my clients, why I have an excellent relationship with my loved ones, is because any bit of protection that I do, like there was a time just recently where I had to do some healing for myself, and I said, well, let me do some healing for somebody else because it's that person, but but yeah, it's not just me. I have 5 little ones and an angel baby. So, and then I have my cat, which coincidentally, I don't know where she went. She went outside last night, and so I'm about to go out here and call for her again because I can't find her. And it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. So anyway, I got to go out there and find her. But yeah, so I wanted to come and make that clear to y'all. I got to go. I'm not going to bother y'all no more. It's about that time for me to get some brunch and get me a little glass of wine and relax because I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning. Okay. I'll see y'all later. About to go in here and light up, get the pentacle litty. And, it ain't that hard to protect a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't that hard. I saw my grandmother do it for years. And, a lot of people say, well, whatever they want to say, but it is what it is. That's just the way that it is. Okay. And love is always a strength. It's never a weakness. Love will always be the greatest strength of us all. Okay. Hate and evil would love, hate would love to be strong as love, but hate will never be strong as love. Never. That's why I am always you want to surround yourself with love. And I know there's a lot of people that are confused about that. And they'll say, no, I'd rather surround myself with hate because that's what protects me. But really, it just tears you down. It really does. But, hey, as long as you're still kicking and screaming, you need to, because, sometimes when you, and I don't believe that it's hate when, whenever people go into protective mode, that's not hate, that's love. Sometimes you just gotta show your fangs. Okay. It's sometimes it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to say in case, because I think my daughters be watching and stuff and they like, hey, what about us? Y'all too. Y'all always protected. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bless.